Hey guys, this is Game Geek 2 with another battle. Um, this one is against Capo, Capo Mafioso, resident Australian EV player. This is a friendly battle, as you can see. If we were a tournament battle, I'd be playing as the Saka. But I'm playing as Bactria because I think I'll probably want to play them in the July tournament. I like them a lot. I've grown a fondness for the Saka, and the Bactria are about... I mean, they have similar unit types. They're not exactly the same as the Saka. They have phalangites instead of the heavy hoplites, and they have 3 or 4 axis. But other than that, they're similar concept. But they have the same Indo-Hellenic units, and access to the Indian longbowmen. They have the cataphracts, and the cool bodyguards, and everything like that. Although the horse arch units they have access to aren't as good, they have instead access to awesome elite infantry like these Petastae Makedonikoi. Anyways, you could see the battle's over halfway done. We've been doing a lot of skirmishing, and basically this has resulted in the depletion of his Syrian archers, or at least some of them. He still has this unit with some arrows left. I forced him to retreat it, move it around, to fight off my Dahai horse archers, which you see 1 unit's there, 1 unit's there. And at this point, I just start to move up slowly. And he moves to oppose me, and it's been after a while, so the battle's gonna start right in earnest now. As our phalanx lines collide, I should give you a quick look of his army. I have 2 Thorakitai, 2 Thuriaphoroi, 2 Pharospidai, 2 Indian longbows, 2 Persian archers, 2 Indo-Hellenikoi Peltastai, 2 Dahai riders, a cataphract, a general's a head cat, a Terra cataphract, whatever you want to call it. Capo's got 4 phalanx, 4 Korathoroi, 2 Thorakitai, 2 Katbatukazantush. I believe these are the better melee fighters of the 2 Hillman units, with Tapaganaera and Shard being the better skirmisher, but it might be the other way around. He's got the 2 units of the Syriakoi, Sphenonotoi Rodioi, a Tyroi bodyguard, 1 Thuriaphoroi, and 2 median cavalry. See, the battle starts now. I don't engage this well. I just move my units up. But I think they start to phalanx fight at some point. Yeah, they do. But I still could have done that a lot better. And you see, this is not going to pay off for me. I start telling my units to fire at will, assuming they'll target the right guys. And that's a poor decision of mine. I should definitely be targeting these guys, because they're the ones that are actually doing damage. Since they're already doing damage here, it's going to make me lose that fight over there pretty quickly. But on this flank, I've got my Thuriaphor and my Thorakitai fighting. So I have them outnumbered there. These guys almost get engaged, so I turn them around and skirmish while I fire with these archers. It's either idle, but they'll get firing soon. Yeah, see reloading. And I start to bring in my Pharospidai. I think I hit those guys with a javelin volley while their backs were still turned. Put my 3 or 4 into melee. Not great, but I had to hold those guys off at some point before they ran around my whole line. Now you see Capo's starting to move all of his cavalry around to put these guys on skirmish, and I kind of sacrifice these guys. His medians waste their time going after them, and they get shot with a lot of arrows. Meanwhile, I start to put arrows into these cavalry here. And so he's going to go after my longbows. So I'm going to put my cataphracts around to face them. What I'm going to do is make sure there's an opening among these so it doesn't count as a charge through. That's why I order my guys to move forward. And so when he pulls them out, I can't get blamed for the charge through the results. Anyways, I guess a charge off on the back of my 34 right here, but it's not that effective. It's not that good. Probably because of how spaced out his units were, but he still gets the kill with his second unit coming in. I get a few arrows, and my arrows are firing this whole time. And my cataphracts pull off a charge here, and so do my head cats. Over here, we've got the melee continuing. He has the upper hand with more men. But I put my Peltastai Makedonikoi in here, and they're just chewing through these enemies, as you can see. My phalanx unit's been killed, but that's not that important. You see, he brings in his cavalry here, and I pull out my Tower Cataphractoi just so I can get my longbows right, a clean shot at his Hitaroi. You can see that has some bad effects for him. Same with my massive javelin volleys. So what you can basically see is that though he has better quality cap and more of it, my massive numbers of missile units are able to tear down his forces. My Cataphractor are kind of spent in this melee, but whatever. I move over a unit of my Peltastai Makedonikoi here to get into this fight, and so this fight's about even then. Although I guess I'm winning this fight now that I have more units. But my concern is that I might get overwhelmed here, because you see, and then get flanked and run over. So you see, I brought my unit of Dehe around over there, and then I had them peppering these guys with arrows to hopefully shoot them up quicker. But instead, I decided to just kill them off and just open up a hole and free up these Peltastai Makedonikoi to engage his cavalry, which were coming from behind. I erroneously keep firing arrows. But as you can see, I do some damage to his cavalry because I'm able to turn around these Peltastai Makedonikoi. Now that that's done, my Dahai engage his Rhodians, which were being quite annoying. But they can't engage them for too long because I believe the Syrian archers come back. I'm still not in a good position here because he's gotten flankers on my phalanx, and so he's able to kill them off, win that fight. But on this side, I have just way more troops than him, and I bring in my my Peltastai and my Persian archer spears to flank, and that drives off the few remaining 3 or 4. We have to get through these hillmen, which are putting up a good fight, but there's just too many opponents for them at this point. And the Korathori will be all that's left. See, you got another charge. Can't remember what it was on, but it didn't really do. Yeah, it was on these 3rd Kitai. I think that's what killed them. But it might have just been that they were getting swallowed by the advancing Korathori. Anyways, you see, I bring in my longbows after they spend all their arrows shooting at these Hitaroi and General Bodyguard units. Finally, you see this fight resolves. So I send these guys in. I send the Indos Patriota over here to fight the Shukrituku, which will be doing a number with their maces on my Thorkita. It's been a pretty even fight there. You see here that he's just overwhelmed me on that middle fight. The only thing that's keeping me alive there are these Peltastai Makedonikoi. Thank goodness they have 16 morale. These Korathori are tough to break. But look, getting a broader view, I still have the upper hand, despite all these rounding dudes. Because I have this unit of mostly full cavalry, this unit of half-strength cavalry. And while they're not incredibly powerful, they do have lances, so they can deal some damage. This was a big concern. I was afraid my entire unit was my right route here. but his charge really didn't do any damage. So that's not that important. And in addition, I don't know where all those arrows came from, but they did a number. Oh, they must have come from those archer spears. Or from these guys if they still have any arrows left. No, they don't. Okay, so it's from the archer spears. Okay, so these Korothor, they're goners. At least there will be, at least. And I pull my Potostai Macedonicoi out for the fight with the Phalanx. You can obviously see why that's going to be unproductive. But with the help of these Patriota, I'm able to route the Shiprituku and catch these Rhodians in melee. And over here we have basically a relevant fight involving the Syrian archers and the versions of the Dahai riders. I bring in my... because I'm able to pull my Dahai riders from back here, around here, and then, or at least, no, they go around this way, and catch the General Bodyguard unit in melee. And now you see basically his hopes of winning are swallowed by these flanking Patriota. His hopes of winning are swallowed, but crushed. Because he's basically surrounded now. And he doesn't have any outs. The general is in a bad position. I've routed his Syrians over there. I've routed his Rhodian slingers. And I've got everything down. And so all the chips are on the table, and my chips come out on top. So that's basically it. Good game. Well fought on the part of Capo. One of the best matches I've had in recent times. Came down to the last. Well, didn't come down to the last minute, but every resource was spent, and that's what I call a good battle. When you have to use your brain, you have to use quick micro, you have to use good army selection. That's it. Well, speaking of army selection, actually, something I wanted to notice. He brought 2 median cavalry, and those are actually very good against lancers and skirmish cavalry, because, for example, against Hetairo Spidaforoi, they just have more men, and they have somewhat weaker combat ability, and they have stronger combat ability than Prodromoi or Kambojas Vaka, which are both underhand lance units. But they're weaker against missile units, and they're weaker against infantry than lancers. So, yeah, that's why. That's why they didn't perform so well for Capo in this battle. You see my Dahai riders perform very well. That's the unit that was killing all the Syrian archers and shooting all the panda phalanxes in the back. My Hellcats, not impressive, because they got caught in that melee, but whatever. You can see only one of them was left, but he spent the rest of the battle pursuing a unit of like 15 rounders or something, so that's a worthwhile use of one man. Potostai Macedonicoi, very good job. Good work for my Indos Patriota. As usual, I've gotten 300 kills with one of those units before, so I always expect highly of them, if you use them right. I can go a bit more into how to use them right, but I'd have to do that in a different video, because I don't want to waste time at the end of this one. 3 or 4 not so well. That's the one that was fighting the Korothor the whole battle, though, so what do you expect? Thorakitai did well. Very good performance from the archery spearmen for their low cost, and bad performance from the phalanx, but that's my fault. And sort of mediocre from the skirmishers. They didn't take too much damage, but they didn't do off too much either. Well, anyways, I'm rambling on. Good game. Hope to bring you another one soon. Bye.